Hi, welcome. I'm Summer. Thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to go over this video really quick. This is all alleged. This is my opinion, and it is about certain sensitive things like murder and people taking their lives. That is a warning. So if you want to continue to watch this, please stay tuned. Alright, so first of all, I've got Max with me today. This is my dog. Say hello, Maxie. Hi. He's sleeping. Relaxing, like he always does. Anyways, so today we have the story of Mica Miller. I did go over this earlier this week. Actually, it was last week that I went over it. I did a short on it. A lot of people looked at it. I wanted to really go over it again. I think it's very important. Mica Miller, she was a beautiful soul. She was gorgeous and just herself. A very good person, and this is what her friends and family say. It's what's said from other people that come from her. So again, thank you for stopping by. We are going to talk about Mica Miller and Pastor John Paul Miller. So Mica Miller, let's talk about her husband, Pastor John Paul Miller. He has some skeletons in his closet, let me tell you. So, first of all, let's just go over from the beginning. FBI, they are investigating this story, and I think that says a lot. When the FBI is involved, this has got to be important. There's some funny stuff going on in it. So, there's more information that someone else is responsible, and more is coming out about Pastor John Paul Miller. Let's just go over a little bit more about this story. My short, I did very brief, fast, little videos in it. So this starts April 27th, 2024. The police were called from Lumber River State Park. And this is where they go and they find Mica's body. Mica Miller. She was only 30. She was married to John Paul Miller, and they were in charge of the Solid Rock Church. He was the pastor. She was very involved in this church. She actually started going when she was a very young girl. She was in Pastor John Paul's youth group, is what he says. So Pastor John Paul and Mica, they end up getting married. I believe it was 21. And then October of 2023, Mica filed divorce, claiming JP cheated on her a lot. And because of this, JP sent threatening messages saying, I will be at your house, armed and ready. And this was when Mica was at her sister's, because she was planning on divorcing him. There's actual recordings of him saying, I am going to come to your house. Or at least he did call and he did say this, but there is recordings from the sister calling the police and saying that he is going to be coming to the house and that they're worried about it.
What's the address of your emergency?
I need to report a non-emergency at this point.
Okay, what's going on?
My sister came here today to visit because her and her husband were having issues. She came from Myrtle. She told him she'll be home on Tuesday. And he is texting me at this point saying, I'll be at your house at 12:55. I'm armed and ready, and I will keep you up all night. I'm going to get her back.
Oh, my.
And I said, you're not welcome at my house. There are no trespassing signs up. You cannot threaten weapons. He has 6 guns that he just purchased recently. And he's saying, I'm armed and ready. I'm coming to get her.
She eventually went home with him this was, the case was closed, the claims were off. March 2024, Mica's tires were slashed. She claimed this was the second time that happened to her tires. She takes her car into the mechanic shop, and the mechanic comes up and says, "Hey, yeah, so your tires were slashed. And you also have a tracking device on your car." I read somewhere that there was actually more than one tracking device on her vehicle, which would make sense since she said that this happened more than once. So maybe there was 2 tracking devices. One tracking device was because of the previous time that the tires were slashed. She reported this to the police. Then later the same day, she called police again, saying a man she had been avoiding came up to her trying to speak to her, as well as after calling her, texting her, not leaving her alone, and her asking him to leave her alone. Now, some people claim that this was actually JP. This was actually Pastor John Paul Miller that would not leave her alone. Or this was somebody following her because of JP, John Paul. So, followed a lot. She also said that she felt like she would be constantly followed. Was this the husband following her, or was this somebody that the husband, JP, John Paul, had following? Did he pay somebody to follow her, or was he following her? Or is this what John Paul says, and this was a mental illness? She did have mental illness. She did take medication for it. I do want to say that. And I don't ever want to say that any of this is because of mental illness, but we don't really know for sure. This is all alleged. This is my opinion. But the fact that he actually did admit to having somebody follow her, I think that just says a lot. That says so much. Friends and family, either one, he admitted this too, that he did have somebody follow her. So, further going down the path of this whole thing, Mica actually did plan on moving to Kenya. She actually had some of her things sent to Kenya. She planned on going to Kenya after the divorce, but she had to deal with the divorce in the time being. Mica also stated if she ends up with a bullet in her head, that she did not do it. And this was also stated to family and friends. This is what they said, allegedly. JP claims Mica's mental health was out of control, saying she wouldn't take her medicine. Family said that that was not true, that she did take her medicine, that doctors actually said that she could take her medicine down to 1 pill a day. Now, Mica, of course, she did not like taking this medicine. And in my opinion, I wouldn't like taking medicine either. But if I needed to take it, I would take it. My opinion is JP just used that as an excuse because she said she didn't like it. He claims Mica and he claimed that she didn't take the pills because of this, because she wasn't taking 2 pills. She was only taking 1 pill. Mica and John Paul were said to have been separated for months, and John Paul had a girlfriend. Probably a girlfriend among many things, many women. John Paul's behavior was said to have been erratic, and his past was even worse. Multiple traffic violations, conviction, assault, and battery. In 1999, he actually hit a woman twice. So this is intentional. and then dragged her down the road. 2007, an affidavit from his wife, his ex-wife, says JP, John Paul, admitted to having sex with underage church members and being addicted to sex workers, as well as having an affair with Mica at the time, which Mica was their babysitter of the 5 kids. So John Paul was married to his ex-wife at the time that has 5 kids together, and Mica was the babysitter for these 5 children. Mica was either 14 or 15 when she started to babysit for John Paul Miller and his ex-wife. The ex-wife claims they were having an affair before she was of the age. This is a claim, this is alleged, but this is what the ex-wife says. John Paul, then he says that he met her in the youth group. He doesn't say anything about babysitting. What they also say is, a lot of people say that he groomed her before they got married. Of course, they were married when she became of the age, but they say that she was groomed because of him. What he says is that they were just friends at first, and then it just grew to more when she became an adult. Whatever, man. Whatever. Weirdo. So, ex of JP, a different ex, this was when he was 19. She was 14 or 15. He cheated on her many times, she claims. She says that JP and his father liked to go to these national forests. Kind of sounds familiar. They went to these forests to try to find God. And this is coming from a post that the ex actually put up. She says a lot more in the post. If you guys want to read it, I'm sure you could find it. You do your own research. Mica texts friends about plans for the future. She, like, simple things that normal everyday people want to do. Go get your hair cut, pay your car bill. Just everyday things. And this friend said that they talked to her up until the Friday night, and then finding out Saturday of JP posts. So Mica's emails show JP stated that he doesn't forgive and that he hurts them back. And these emails came from Mica's old emails between her and John Paul talking. So John Paul decided that it was okay to post a nude photo of Mica. And he puts in the email or text, I don't remember which one it was exactly, but says, "I am so sorry, please forgive me. Again, when somebody hurts me, I just want to hurt them back." So he just wants to get revenge back. Okay, I can't even imagine somebody posting a nude photo compared to anything else. There's nothing okay about that, ever. So watch it, guys. Watch who you send your photos to and what photos they are. Just be careful, because you don't know who you're trusting your future with. Mica herself did an affidavit saying she had been mentally and physically abused by JP, impersonated, tracked. Her accounts, there was her iCloud account and then many other accounts that he took over, He took her phone from her. He took her car from her. He put her away in a mental institution, saying that she needed help. And this is when he took all of her things. He took her things and put them at an apartment building, one of his friends. Mica had no idea about this. She had no idea where her things were. But he took over her things, and he would text family members. He would text friends, acting like he was Mica. What is wrong with this man? This man is not innocent at all. Even if he had nothing to do with what happened to Mica, he is not innocent. If you are with a man that is mentally abusing you like this, and whatever else he did, how are you going to feel? I mean, are you going to be okay? I know I wouldn't be okay. I would not be okay. I'd feel like I was just going mental because of this. I feel for Mica completely. That is my opinion. These allegations from Mica are very scary. And what's even scarier is the affidavit that she did. It was 9 days before her passing. JP tried explaining that the tracking devices that he put into her vehicle was to protect her because of her mental illness. I think that JP was just losing control. I think he has control issues. I'm not saying that he had anything to do with Mica's passing, but I think that he was losing control of Mica, and in turn losing all of his control, and I think he lost control. That is just my opinion. That is all I'm going to say about it. I think the fact that he has a past says a lot. Now everybody changes, yes, and I don't want to say that he could do that again, but I'm going to say it. Anybody could do something again. I can't even imagine that he hit a woman and then dragged her down the road. I really want to know more about that story and find out what was going on with that as well. I also seen that he could possibly... I also seen how manipulative he is, and I seen that there was a post that said he could literally just give you the gun and convince you to yourself. That's really bad when you have friends saying that, or used to be friends. I really feel for Mica Miller. I don't know exactly what went on. I know mental health is very serious. I would not ever want somebody to have to deal with this, and I feel for her family. I feel for her friends. I really send out prayers. I really hope that they can figure out this and they get into the investigation of it, because it really does not sound right to me. It does not sound right. The National Forest, the fact that John Paul Miller and his father liked to go to national forests.
I know she was pushed to the brink. I know that there is no reason for her to be out there in that area. We've never been there. She's never been there. I mean, my theory broad right now, there's bruises on her hand. There's injury to her other arm, like a handprint. And these things were not documented, and they did not show up for no reason. And we were not satisfied with the answers that we were given in the entirety. It didn't seem like enough was done. And we just want more answers. We want more checking into this.
I mean, maybe it's a coincidence, but I myself don't believe in coincidences. Mica Miller never had been to that national forest. Her family said this. So, what's that say to you guys? What do you think? Do you think that Mica Miller was capable of this? I don't know any of these people, but I know that she was so sweet, so kind, and this coming from friends and family. And she had plans. This girl had plans. Please tell me your opinions on this. Let me know what you think. And if you're still here, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more. I have more videos coming. Alright. We'll say hello and goodbye to Max. He's sleeping, per usual. And I will see you in the next video. Please stay safe out there. Don't talk to strangers. Bye.